Well, we got the oil changed up here today, and I also put in my new bezels on here. You can see with the hood, they look sweet. We're finally working on putting our step covers on. So I don't have this side done yet. However, we just got all the bolts in on this side here. So I'm gonna peel the plastic off here in a little bit. But what I ended up doing, me and Dad just decided that there were already holes in the step, so we just re-drilled through those same holes that were there. And there was two here, which actually lines up about perfect for what you need for the support. And then I actually had to put a new hole back here in the step. So I just got it all mounted up. It is solid on there. I think I'm gonna put the other side on and then take the plastic wrap or the wrap off there. Just, for no reason except for that's kind of how I want to do it. All right, guys, well, we finally got them on. I don't know if there's really a satisfying part about this process so far, because even this is annoying to take off. But I'm gonna get it all peeled off here, and then I will show you guys what it comes out to be like. We just got washed up here at the Blue Beacon over off 94 and then 39 Portage Baraboo exit or whatever. But man, looking fresh. Come on, these steps, man, they turned out pretty sweet. I had to get her washed up because when I was working on it, obviously I got greasy hands all over the outside of my truck. So we got her washed up now and she's looking fine. Although now this stupid light, they must have hit it when they were washing it and broke it. So once I get to Lansing, I'll pull that off or put a washer, because it looks like it just broke the mount. So I'll just pull it off, put a washer on there or whatever, and screw it back on, and that'll hold on. But these new bezels are looking pretty sweet too. I really like that look a lot. All right, well, I just decided I'm gonna fix it right now because that is dangling really bad. And I'm gonna use my fresh DeWalt that I just got on Sunday or whatever day that was. Decided to go ahead and get a little impact and a drill kit. Okay, well, I didn't have a washer or anything, but funny, I had my DeWalt came with these little belt clip things, and I didn't have a washer or anything, so I just took the little belt clip and bent it. There's actually a little hole in here already that the screw will fit through. So I just put the screw through it and then kind of put it over the light so it like pushes it back in there. But you can see how it's cracked on there. So anyways, we're a belt clip down, but I don't use them anyways, so coming in clutch. All right, guys, well, we made it here to Battle Creek at the Arlene's truck stop, I believe it is. I've never heard of it before, but I was just reading reviews on it. And apparently it's like a classic place to go for a long time. And they got good food and stuff. But anyways, said it was a 24-hour truck stop, which I kind of need fuel pretty bad, so that's why I stopped here. It's like they got a nice parking lot, a lot of room here. But anyways, looks like I'm gonna sleep in the fuel island for a minute, because I guess they shut off the pumps when they closed down or something. So figure worst case, somebody will come knock on my door and let me know the pumps are gonna be working again. See? And I went and looked at the other one over there, and that one shut off too. So we're kind of out of luck. Last time I risked 20 miles on when I was this slow, it didn't work out so well for me. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes, actually pretty much every time, run it a little hard, you know, and then lay down and take a little nap. I get the weirdest freaking dreams. A lot of times, 9 times out of 10, it's some dream where I'll be driving down the road, and then all of a sudden I won't be able to see, and then because I fall asleep or whatever, and then I try to wake up and I can't wake up, and then I just freak out, and then it's just a disaster. Anyways, that'll like obviously wake up and freak out as soon as I wake up thinking I just crashed or whatever. All right, well, looks like our light mount is still hanging on up there, so that works. Now that it's daylight, you can see what that looks like. But we're getting her fueled up here. It's a mobile right here off of 69. So anyways, we're gonna get her fueled up, man. She looks really good, even in the daylight, all cleaned up. Pretty happy about that. That Blue Beacon over there is like one of the better ones. I usually don't like the Blue Beacons too much because they usually do not a very good job, but that one always does. So I like to stop in there. Just want to hear the first real cold start for the year. Oh, she started up pretty good. Not super long ago that it was running, I guess. This guy parked like a real idiot. Can't even get his trailer next to the curb. Unreal. All right, well, we stopped here in Oakdale at the Road Ranger. They're the cheapest sub mud flap right now. They're like $315, and the Toma Quick Trip there was like $322, and if I went to Must, it was like $319. So I guess I'm not really too loyal to Quick Trip. I'd rather just get cheap fuel. So anyways, we're fueling up for $315 here. I gotta be to Madison there by 4 a.m. Might be a couple minutes late. I had to go pick up my trailer from Barron at Genio there. I dropped it off on Friday so they could get it loaded over the weekend. The steps, I'm not sure. I really need to get that grip stuff on there, but that's not gonna work out too well with the icing up on it already. Whatever, I'm not too worried about that, honestly, as long as I don't slip and bust my head open. So we're gonna get diesel fuel for the truck here, and then also my reefer's running about half this week. We're gonna be going to North Carolina, over by Charlotte, Raleigh. I'm not sure where we're gonna be going. Just like this kind of view of the truck. But anyways, we're gonna be meeting up with the guy that's gonna put a tune in the truck. I don't know how all that stuff exactly works, but he's gonna tune it anyways. I'm not sure what the total horsepower will be after we do that, but hopefully we get a little more power out of the old girl, and yeah, go from there. Hey guys, well, we are on our way to New Ulm, Minnesota right now. We're gonna pick up a load there, headed down to Hickory, North Carolina. Come on. So I said a little bit earlier I would be headed down to North Carolina to get the old cat tuned up a little bit there. But I was gonna originally pick up in Zimbrota and then head over to Fort Wayne, Indiana, do that ice cream load over there. But I got to Zimbrota, and then they ended up rescheduling that load for a different day. So nothing new on that one. They seem to do that one quite a bit for some reason. So anyways, yeah, we found this one here in New Ulm, and this one will deliver on Friday down there. So it's like only 18 hours down there. Should have a day in between that, possibly Thursday. We'll get the engine tuned up there. Well, it's been quite a while since I picked up here. We're gonna pick up at Kraft Foods here in New Ulm. I don't remember the last time. I think I was the company driver last time I picked up here actually, but I guess there's a line of people waiting to get in, and when I read on my paperwork, it said that I'm gonna be a work-in. I don't know what that's gonna mean at this place. I know a couple times I've picked up here. It took them quite a while to get me loaded, but I guess we'll see how it goes. So I guess we're in no rush. That's a good thing. Well, as you can see, they got about every dock full, and I think there's like 2 more trucks up here, but it's also a really tight area in there, so we'll have to see how it is maneuvering into a door. All right, guys, well, we got loaded up already. laid down because they're gonna take a nap, and like she called pretty much as soon as we laid down. So I mean, I'm not gonna complain. So we're gonna go and check out here. I guess they look in the trailer and put the seal on. So we're gonna get pulled out of the gate here and get on our way. Put a little clip of him in here. He was waiting for he had an 8 a.m. here, and it took him till like what, 2 to get him in. Mine's 8 a.m. tomorrow, but I was hoping to get in today. So I said, man, if you had an 8 a.m. today and you didn't get in till 2, man, I'm gonna be sitting here all day today and tomorrow. But anyways, yeah, big shout out to him. He gave me some purple lights and got us some Chick-fil-A, so can't complain about that. Thanks, TJ, appreciate it. And a nice W900, come on. All right, guys, we made it right outside of Greensboro here. We are grabbing some fuel at this Exxon. I was kind of surprised because I was able to find a place on Mudflap down here. I didn't think I was gonna be able to find anything. But yeah, so that's why I stopped in here. It's like $3.32 a gallon, and it's $3.56 on their pump. So pretty decent. I can do with that. The place rate across the road was like $3.35 a gallon, I think. So still saving money, and that's what we like. So we finally had gotten unloaded there in Hickory. It took them quite a bit longer there than expected. I had an 8 a.m. appointment, and they didn't get me out of there till like 1:30, 2 o'clock. So this is our last stop until we make it over to Solis City, I think is what it's called there. And that's where we're gonna meet up with the guy that's gonna tune up the old Cat. So that's the plan. We're gonna get some fuel here and then keep her moving. Come on. Hey guys, while we're just chilling here in Walmart parking lot in Sill City, I believe is what it's called. Maddie's just ready to rip the old Pete there. So he said he was about 30 minutes away a little bit ago, so I'm assuming he should be almost here by now. And then we'll keep you updated on how she goes. Listen to this thing, you guys. It's that whoop on there. It's an Acer, and he said he converted it into a 17 liter. But man, that thing is sweet. He said he's got like 700, 800 some horse in there, whatever. But Man, when you hear that lope on that thing, that'll just get you going. Come on. We tuned this thing up here. It already had a 600 file on it, and the stuff I have done to it, I need to basically put bigger injectors and bigger turbo on there to really be pushing too much more. So, you know, future goals. He did put a more aggressive tune on it, and then also there was a code on there that was derating the engine. So he took all that stuff off there, and we're gonna give her a try here and let him know how she goes and go from there. So I'm pretty excited. The guy's real nice, easy to work with, and yeah, so let's get her going. All right, boys, well, we got her tuned up there. I don't remember if I showed you guys after we took off there, but the truck already had a 600 file on it, and basically he just put a more aggressive file on there. So in order to get more power, he said I'm going to have to upgrade, get a bigger turbo and some bigger injectors on here. So that'll be the future for the motor here. And also, while we were sitting down there in I forgot again, Sill City or something like that. I don't know what's going on here.
That is really weird.
There's like kids in the woods, and yeah, that was kind of weird. Okay, anyways, we lost our heat in the truck, and I was like, what the heck? So I asked Keep On Trucking and Trucker AK, what the heck, why would I lose my heat? And they said it's either the one of the valves, I forgot now, like a sensor thing, something was like stuck open. My valves were either turned off or I was low on coolant. And unfortunately, come to find out, Keep On Trucking was right, and I was low on coolant, which isn't good because I literally just put coolant in it like later last month. So not a good sign for the engine there, but anyways, it's a good sign for getting the old cat tuned up even some more with some bigger upgrades. Come on. So then after that we went up to Durham, right there in North Carolina, stayed at the hotel there, parked the truck in the Home Depot. It actually worked out pretty good. Now we are on our way to Florence, South Carolina. We're going to pick up a load of water, headed up to Johnson, I don't remember, City, Tennessee. So that's where we're at right now. I'm kind of excited to see how the truck feels once I get it under a load. I can tell a difference with it even unloaded. It just feels more aggressive, like it takes off a little faster. Alright, you guys, well, we got it loaded up there in Florence, South Carolina. They got me in early at that Niagara Bottling, which was kind of nice. I was out of there by my appointment time, so then I headed over right across the road. There's like a Pilot, and the other day Maddie was drying her hair in here with the hair dryer, and we had it plugged into the inverter, and I guess it decided to blow the fuse. So we're kind of running without that inverter, so I was hoping they'd have a fuse in there that I could throw in. I need an 80 amp fuse, but it seems like I checked at Walmart too, and everybody only has like a 60 amp fuse. But I also grabbed some oil there, and we put a gallon of Lucas in. She was a little bit low, and then we hit the road here, and we're on 20 right now, headed up to Columbia, and then we're gonna hop on 26, and that takes us right up to Johnson City, Tennessee here. So we only got, I don't know, a few hours left, but it's been a pretty decent ride. So we'll go there and get this off, and then try to figure out something tomorrow to head back up towards the house. Good morning, you guys. We fell asleep last night up here on top of Sam's Gap here in Tennessee. It's only about 34 minutes away, and I didn't know what parking was gonna be like when we got there, so I just decided, hey, we'll just park right here and finish the way in the morning. So I'm gonna get over there, should be there about when they open up, get unloaded. Truck's been running pretty good other than that antifreeze issue that is going on there. But it's pulling this water pretty easily. That it is more aggressive for sure. Like, it definitely can pull the hills a little better, and acceleration's better. Well, I don't think video is gonna do this scenery any justice, but wow, this is beautiful through here. Once we get on the other side of this little mountain top thing right here. Unloaded there at Pepsi, and stupid me, when I got there, I all of a sudden realized that I forgot to grab my BOLs out of the printer at Niagara Bottling, because when you're there, there's nobody that like checks you out. You just put your information on the computer, and then it prints out your BOLs and stuff. So I grabbed the seal and put the seal on, and then completely forgot to grab the BOLs off the printer.
Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah, pretty much. So I ended up getting unloaded there. They unloaded me, and then they just gave me the manager's email. So I just emailed him the BOL and just waiting on that for him to sign that and send me a picture back. But then we stopped here between Johnson City and Elizabethton and got some coffee, grabbed a couple drinks, and now we're just waiting on a load to go somewhere else, hopefully back a lot closer to the house, since Thanksgiving's coming up here real shortly. So we're just gonna go chill. I'm parked kind of on the side of the road, but it's a pretty big shoulder, so I don't really know where there's any truck stops around here. Anything on Trucker Path was a good 45 minutes or more away, so we'll just sit here and wait to see what we get. But yeah, until then, we'll see you soon.